Hello friends, welcome to our channel Let Us Learn. So in this video we are going to discuss about the 11th chapter, 11th subunit which is given in as per TSTET 2022 syllabus, History and Culture of India. So in this video we are going to discuss about few important points regarding to this chapter. So let's get started. So before that, whoever have not subscribed to my channel till now, please subscribe to my channel. So first, in this History and Culture of India, we are going to learn what is family history. So what is family history? Family history represents the members of that family. So whoever are from the past, whoever are there in our family, they all come under the family history. They all represent our family history and their place of living. So where they used to stay. So where they used to stay, that also comes under family history. And the types of houses they lived in. So how they have lived, their way of living, the houses in which they live, everything comes under family history. Types of clothes they wore, types of food they eat. For example, North Indians wear different type of clothes and eat different type of foods. But South Indians, again in South Indians, Telangana people are different, Chennai people are different. So like that, each and every state has its own types of clothes, houses and food. So these all comes under family history. So a family's history represents the people who are living in that family, place where the family is living, the houses in which they are living, clothes which they are wearing and the food which they are eating. So this represents our family history. So coming to our ancient history, what is ancient history? Ancient history will tell about how modern man is evolved from the primitive man. So how previously primitive man, early man was there. So from that early man, how the modern man has come into origin. So that is told by our ancient history. So our ancient history of people, ancient history of man tells about that how the modern man has been evolved from the primitive man. So what was the life of the primitive man? So how primitive man used to live previously means he used to lead a life of a wanderer. So he used to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and all. So that is the life of primitive man. So primitive man used to lead the life of a wanderer. Wanderer means the person who moves here and there. So he used to collect the food previously. So from the stage of collecting food, he has moved on to the stage of producing the food. So previously we told that ancient history will tell that how primitive man has origin from the modern man. So primitive man, first he used to lead a life of a wanderer. So at this stage he used to collect the food. But afterwards, as the time has been moving, so he has moved from the stage of collecting food to the producing food. He started producing his own food. So who will deal about all these things means Department of Archaeology. So Department of Archaeology will carry out many excavations to know our past. So the people who will study about our past history, culture and all will come under the Department of Archaeology. So first person, that is Sir John Marshall. Sir John Marshall of Britain. So this person has done his excavations near the river Indus. So near the river Indus in 1921 to 22, Sir John Marshall of Britain in 1921 to 22, he has started his excavations near the river Indus. So Indus, we call this as Indus civilization or Harappan civilization. This has come into light after the excavations done by Sir John Marshall. So Sir John Marshall of Britain, he has done his excavations near the river Indus. This is important point in the year 1921 to 22, and this has led to the Indus Valley civilization or the Harappan civilization. So what are the key concepts of Indus Valley civilization? So Indus Valley civilization is an urban civilization. It is an urban civilization. The occupation of the people living here is agriculture. So important port city in Indus Valley is the Lothal. Important port city is Lothal. And the people of Indus Valley used to worship Lord Pashupatinath and Mother Goddess. And they had a pictorial script. So what is the script used by them is pictorial script. So Indus Valley civilization, has come into origin with the excavations of Sir John Marshall of Britain in 1921 to 22. And this has led to an Indus Valley civilization. This Indus Valley civilization, the key concepts, key features of this are it is an urban civilization. Occupation is agriculture. Important port city is Lothal. People used to worship Lord Pashupatinath and Goddess mother goddess, and they had a pictorial script. Next, coming to the museums, historical museums. So what are museums? Museums are the places where remains of ancient period are preserved. So whatever are coming from our ancient days, all these things are preserved in museums, historical museums, which are having a historical importance of ancient period. These are all preserved in our museums. So we have two museums in Telangana, Salarjung Museum, which is located in Hyderabad, and Tribal Museum, which is located in Srisailam, which will show the tribal culture and all the ancient history and culture of the tribal people in this museum. It is located in Srisailam. So coming to museums, historical museums, these are the places where the history, where the remains of the ancient period will be preserved. And we have Salarjung Museum at Hyderabad and Tribal Museum at Srisailam. So in this tribal museum, the culture and the ancient history of the tribal people will be displayed in the point is Saranath Stupa. Saranath Stupa was built by Emperor Ashoka. So Saranath Stupa, it was built by the King Emperor Ashoka, and we can see a dome-shaped construction in this Saranath Stupa. It is made up of bricks and stones, so we call it as Stupa. So what is Stupa? Stupa is a dome-shaped construction made of bricks and stones. So Saranath Stupa, it is built by Emperor Ashoka, and dome-shaped construction, it is made up of bricks and stones, and we call it as Stupa, and it is located in Varanasi, that is Uttar Pradesh. So Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, this Saranath Stupa can be seen. Next comes the Ashoka pillar. So Ashoka pillar, it is also located at Saranath, and we call it as standing stone pillar, and it is made up of sandstone. So this sandstone is obtained from Chunar, which is located near Varanasi. So Ashoka's pillar is located at Saranath, and it is a standing stone pillar made up of sandstone. It is obtained from Chunar near the Varanasi. And on this Ashoka's pillar, we can see 4 lions are engraved on 4 sides of the pillar, and we can observe this on our coins. So we can observe this on our coins, and the sculpture is of a Rajasthani style. So Rajasthani style of sculpture is seen in Ashoka pillar. So Ashoka's pillar is located in Saranath. It is a standing stone pillar, and it is made up of sandstone. It is obtained from Chunar near Varanasi, and 4 lions are engraved on 4 sides of the pillar. So 4 lions will be there on 4 sides of the pillar, and this can be observed on our coins. And the style which this Ashoka's pillar is built is the Rajasthani style of architecture. Next coming to Telangana Mature Stupa. So this Telangana Mature Stupa is located in front of our state assembly, that is located in Hyderabad. So Telangana Mature Stupa is present in front of our state assembly, Hyderabad, and this is built in the people who have laid their lives, who have died due to this 1969 Telangana movement. On behalf of them, in respect to them, this Telangana Mature Stupa has been constructed to remind the spirit of Telangana movement. So Telangana Mature Stupa, it is constructed in front of the state assembly, that is located in Hyderabad, and the people who have laid their lives for this Telangana movement, on behalf of them, to respect them, this Telangana Mature Stupa has been done. So the people who have participated in this Telangana movement 1969 and laid their lives, behalf of them, this Telangana Mature Stupa has been constructed, and this will remind the spirit of Telangana movement. So this 1969 Telangana movement and this stupa which is constructed on behalf of them will remind the spirit of our Telangana movement. Next comes the Qutub Minar. So the Qutub Minar is located in our country's capital city, that is Delhi, and it was started by Qutubuddin Aibak. Qutub Minar was started by Qutubuddin Aibak, and it is completed by Iltutmish. And the height of the Qutub Minar is 72.5 meters. So Qutub Minar, it is located in our capital city, that is Delhi, and it is started by Qutubuddin Aibak and completed by Iltutmish, and height of this Qutub Minar is 72.5 meters. And next coming to the Red Fort. Red Fort is also located in our country's capital city, that is Delhi, and the national flag on Independence Day will be hoisted on this Red Fort. And this Red Fort is built with red stone, and the architecture which is seen in constructing this Red Fort is the Persian and the Indian style. So both the Persian and Indian style has been laid to construct our Red Fort. So Red Fort, it is located in our country's capital city, that is Delhi, and national flag is hoisted on this Red Fort during the Independence Day. And this Red Fort is built with red stone, and this red stone architecture can be seen with Persian and Indian style of architecture. So these are some of the important points which has to be noted. Charminar. So Charminar is located in Hyderabad, Telangana, and it is about 58 meters high. We can find 4 minarets at 4 corners of Charminar, and it was constructed in the year 1591. So Charminar, it is located in Hyderabad, Telangana, and it is 58 meters high, and 4 minarets are located at 4 corners of the monument, and it was constructed in the year 1591. Next, the Thousand Pillars Temple. The Thousand Pillars Temple is located in Warangal, Telangana, and it is a temple of Lord Shiva, and it was built during the Kakatiya period by Kakatiyas. And you can observe all the beautiful sculptures in this area, in this temple. So Thousand Pillars Temple, it is located in Warangal, Telangana, and this temple is of Lord Shiva, and this was built during the Kakatiya period. Beautiful sculptures were observed in this Thousand Pillars Temple. Next comes about the king Ashoka. So Ashoka is an emperor. So already we have learned about him in Saranath Stupa. He has built Saranath Stupa and Ashoka pillar. So Ashoka, he is a grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. So Ashoka, Emperor Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, and he was the founder of Mauryan Empire. So Mauryan Empire, and in this one Mauryan Empire, this Ashoka is one of the greatest rulers. And this Ashoka has got distressed with Kalinga War. So he got distressed with Kalinga War, and he started adopting Buddhism. And he has spread this Buddhism to all the people, and he has started preaching non-violence after the Kalinga War. So Ashoka, he is the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, and who was the founder of Mauryan Empire, and he is one of the greatest rulers. And this Ashoka got distressed with the Kalinga War. After this Kalinga War, he has started adopting Buddhism, and he also has preached this Buddhism and spread this Buddhism to all the people across the world by preaching the non-violence. And Dharma Chakra, which is present in the center of our national flag, it is taken from the Saranath Stupa, which is built by Ashoka. So Dharma Chakra, which is present at the center of the national flag, it is taken from the Saranath Stupa. So Saranath Stupa we have learnt already in this video. So Saranath Stupa, it is built by Ashoka. So the Chakra, Ashoka Chakra, is called as Dharma Chakra, and it is present in the center of our national flag. Next comes the Chandragupta Vikramaditya. Chandragupta Vikramaditya, he is also a famous ruler, and first Sri Gupta has established the Gupta Empire. So Sri Gupta has established the Gupta Empire, and Chandragupta Vikramaditya is the popular king of Gupta dynasty. So this Gupta Empire was started in the year 320 AD, and Chandragupta Vikramaditya is a popular king of Gupta dynasty, and in his court, so in Chandragupta Vikramaditya's court, 9 poets were there. He called them as Navaratna, and out of this Navaratnas, Kalidasa was the greatest poet among them. And the Ellora caves, which are famous across the world, are built during this Gupta period. They are belonging to this Gupta period, and many sculptures and paintings have come into existence, have been developed during this Gupta period by the Gupta rulers. So Chandragupta Vikramaditya, he belongs to Gupta dynasty, and Sri Gupta is the person who has established this Gupta Empire at 320 AD, and the popular king of this Gupta dynasty is the Chandragupta Vikramaditya. And in his court there were 9 poets. He called them as Navaratnas, and out of this Navaratnas, Kalidasa is the greatest among them. Ellora caves belong to Gupta period. So Ellora caves, which are world famous, were built during this Gupta period only. And next, sculptures and paintings were developed during this Gupta period. And next comes the Ganapati Deva and Rudrama Devi. Ganapati Deva and his daughter Rudrama Devi. Ganapati Deva is a ruler and his daughter is Rudrama Devi. Both of them are famous among the Kakatiya rulers. So they are Kakatiya rulers, and these two people are famous for uniting the Telugu speaking people. They have united the Telugu speaking people. And so during this Kakatiya period, Warangal fort was built, the 1000 pillars temple, Ramappa temple and tanks like Pakala and Ramappa were built during the Kakatiya period. So Ganapati Deva and Rudrama Devi. So Ganapati Deva and his daughter Rudrama Devi were the famous Kakatiya rulers, and they are famous for uniting the Telugu speaking people. Warangal fort, 1000 pillars temple, Ramappa temple, Pakala tank and Ramappa tank were built during this Kakatiya period. Krishna Devaraya. So Sri Krishna Devaraya is a famous Vijayanagara king, and he has ruled this Vijayanagara dynasty from 1509 to 1529. So Sri Krishna Devaraya, he was a Vijayanagara king, famous Vijayanagara king, and he has ruled this Vijayanagara dynasty from 1509 to 1529. And there were 8 poets in his court. He called them as Ashtadiggajas. So 8 poets were there in Sri Krishna Devaraya's court called as Ashtadiggajas. He was a poet himself. He was also a poet, and he has wrote a book called as Amukta Malyada. So he wrote a book called as Amukta Malyada, and he also said that Telugu is the best among all the languages in our country. So Sri Krishna Devaraya, he is a famous Vijayanagara king. He has ruled from 1509 to 1529. And he had 8 poets in his court of Vijayanagara dynasty. He called them as Ashtadiggajas, and he was a poet himself, and he has written a book called as Amukta Malyada, and he said that Telugu is best among all the languages of our country. And next comes the ruler Akbar. So Akbar is the most famous Mughal emperor who has ruled India. So he is a Mughal emperor who has ruled India, and he is also a great administrator. And though he is a Mohammedan, he has tolerated all the religions, like whatever religions are there in our country, he has tolerated all the religions, he has respected all the religions. So Akbar is the most famous Mughal emperor who has ruled India, and he is a great administrator. Though he is a Mohammedan, he has tolerated all the religions, he is tolerant towards all other religions of our country. Next king is Shivaji. So Shivaji is a brave man who has revolted against Mughals. So he is a brave man who has revolted against Mughals, and he has established a Maratha kingdom. And though he has followed Hinduism, he has respected all the other religions. He was tolerant towards all the other religions, and he has earned a good name. And his guru of Shivaji is Samarth Ramdas. So Guru of Shivaji is Samarth Ramdas, and one of the great saint of his period is the Saint Tukaram. So Shivaji, he is a brave man. He has revolted against the Mughals, and he has established Maratha kingdom. And though he is a Hindu, he followed Hinduism. He was tolerant of all the religions which are present in our country, and he has earned a very good name. And his guru is Samarth Ramadas, and Saint Tukaram is a person who is a great saint of his period. So in his period, the great Saint Tukaram was famous. And next comes Mir Usman Ali Khan. So Mir Usman Ali Khan was the last ruler of Nizam dynasty, and Nizam dynasty used to rule during the British rule, and these people used to speak Deccani Urdu. So they used to speak Deccani Urdu, but most of the people were Hindus, and they used to speak Telugu, Maratha and Kannada. And Mir Usman Ali Khan is the last ruler of Nizam dynasty. These people used to speak, they were Mohammedans, and they used to speak Deccani Urdu. And Mir Usman Ali Khan has developed agriculture and industries, and he also established educational institutions under the influence of British people. So, and Nizam Sagar and Ali Sagar were constructed during this period by Mir Usman Ali Khan, and he has also started Usman Sagar project in 1920 on River Musi for providing drinking water for all the people who are living in Hyderabad. And next, Satavahanas and Kakatiyas also were belonging to this region only at that period. And most of the people living here under the Nizam dynasty were Hindus, so they used to speak Telugu, Kannada and Marathi. So Mir Usman Ali Khan, he was the last ruler of Nizam dynasty. They were Mohammedans, and they spoke Deccani Urdu, and he has developed agriculture and industries, established educational institutions under the influence of British people. He also constructed Nizam Sagar and Ali Sagar, and Usman Sagar project was started in the year 1920 on River Musi for providing drinking water for all the people who are living in Hyderabad. And next, Satavahanas and Kakatiyas also were belonging to this region at that time. And most of the people living here, though it is ruled by Mohammedans, most of the people living here are Hindus, and they used to speak Telugu, Kannada and Maratha. So this is about our Indian heritage and culture taken from the textbooks 3rd, 4th and 5th. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel.